I'm going to explain you some definitions involved with business development. So the first one is the business. And the business is an organization involved with trade in goods and service to satisfy consumer needs. Management is the relation between efficient and effective of a business. Entrepreneurship is the process of starting a business, a startup company, or the organization. Entrepreneur is a long word from French. It is defined as an individual who organizes or operates a business. Entrepreneurship ecosystem refers to the elements that enable a person to become an entrepreneur. Stakeholders, they are people who are currently or potentially interested in the entrepreneurship of the region. Business administration is the process of managing a business or non-profit organization so that it remains stable and continues to grow. And finally, business opportunity is an investment that allows the buyer to start a business.
Hello, we are the Team X and we will explain the topic of business development. Business development defining as tasks and the process related to the analytical preparation of potential growth opportunities, support and monitoring of growth opportunities. Business development is a business unit within an organization that works to create long-term growth and profitability through three main activities. These activities include, but are not limited to, creating significant partnerships, establishing business in new markets, and increasing the value of the current customer base. Business development is a mixture of sales, marketing, negotiations, networks, project management, and contract review.
Internal data resource in all companies is the sales information, info coming from internal employees, info coming from retailers, current customers, etc. Previous experience, previous research. Internal data resource in multinational companies, previous research, similar experience, and feedback from international employees. Internal data includes information available within the company from accounting data, customers or supplier, letters and vendor reports, or human resource department service to, for example, previous investigation. External sources, public research, public listings, and others. The private source is the panels, conduct research, and internet. The external data includes a wide range such as census data, institutional statistics, government agency and association studies, research and data disseminated in periodicals on the internet or, for example, the same digital data.
Business development strategies and goals. When developing in sales strategies, there are several companies can execute that plan independently. How much it will cost to execute, how long it will be take a sales results, whether or not you have the necessary resources, and the results can be measures. Additionally, it should include a description of the company management organization chart and explain of your service or products. Look at the market and your competition, financial information, and marketing and sales plan. Keep in mind that the main function of sales of direction to the customers. Therefore, your goals is to close many sales as possible.
My name is Mauricio Cervantes Avalos, and I am a business management and administration student. I'm studying at Universidad Politécnica de Otzolotepec, and this is a work about Mahor business behavior and development. And let's talk about growth strategies. As you know, when we talk about growth strategies, we are mentioning the way to grow up our business. And as you can see, there are three kind of strategies: intensive, integrative, and diversification. And let's talk about the first. The first is intensive growth strategies. It has 5 steps. And the first steps is market penetration. Last week's growth strategy for any business. It means that when you want to sell a product, you have to penetrate the market, because if you don't, your product is never going to be known for the people. And this is so important. It's the main step. Then we have market development, when it's devise a way to sell more your product on a specific market. And then we have alternative channel, and it means that you have to find out so many ways to sell your product. Something like this, it could be something like online sales. Then we have product development. This is so important, because when a company has a product, but this product, it is old, it is, I don't know, so old, ancient. It's important that your company create a new product. It involves developing new items to sell to your existing customers, and as well as to new ones, new customers. And finally, we have new products for new customers. And you must create new product in order to satisfy needs from your customers. And so if you have an opportunity to sell something to satisfy to your customers, it is good. You are satisfying your market, your specific market. And then we have integrative growth strategies. It considers that grow through acquisition or integrative growth strategies. There are 3 viables alternatives, and when we want to implement these kind of strategies. And there are horizontal. These strategies could involve buying a competing business or businesses. And background, it involves buying one of your supplies has a way to better control to supply chain. And of course, it help development new products and it makes the products potentially more cheaply. And forward acquisitions can also be focused on buying component companies that are part of company's distribution chain. And finally, we have diversification growth strategies. Is where you grow your company by buying another company. And if you want to sell something that you don't sell, it is done wrong. It is isn't. It is good, but it has a high risk. It has a high risk. And it's completely irrelated to your current business. I mean, if you sell food and if you want to sell, I don't know, items to do exercise, something like this, you can do it. But the risk is higher than if you keep selling your products. And it will be all.
Okay. In this part, talking about this on how will you grow. This is a important topic. Let's start. Okay. One point gets to know your customer, understand your customer need and develop a product and service that meet the need. You can gain into your customer, be personally your service and according them to provide you with feedback. Often great consumer service ensure your customer service is exceptional and go to extra meals when you can. Your customer will not only remember great service, and they will also be more likely to reference other people you. Nurture existing customer and look for new opportunities. Have a strength in place to nurture existing customer. Should is staying in contact with them via in news or letting the new after problems events of time. Uses social media. This is a point very important uh, because it's more common in the actuality. Social media is powerful tool to promote your business to potential customer and gain valuable insights from social listening. To social listening, you can find out what consumers are saying about you, gain into tribe below, and this is very important. Remember, at the new events, invest time to build your Newtons. It's not what you know, but what you know. Newton allows you to build rewards with other people and encourage them to refer consumers to you through word of mouth. How's event? This point is very curious. How your own event can be a great one to get to know your customer and build relationship. Get back to your country. This point is very common in the actuality. Building brand aware in your local community is a great way to attack new cuisine and giving back to your community. is more recognized in the business. Don't be afraid to experiment, reflect your approach if something is not working, and focus more time on the activities that achieve the best result.
Conclusion about the development organizational behavior. I contribute to entrepreneurs can improve and increase their profits in your organization. In an organizational promote new work climates as change that contribute to the improve of the company. The constant application of the organizational behavior allow us to increase to be better as an organizational and as an individual. The application of management tools measure the workload, which contributes to the fact that each organizational is always at the forever of its growth. The constant application of organizational behavior helps to solve conflict that occur in an organizational. Undoubtedly, it's very important to know and solve them. Organizational development is the grade of the institution and the advanced organizational strategy in order to deal with everyday scenarios to choose that are unpredictable. Organizational development creates process from institutional experiences to proactively face the next scenario.